Welcome back to the OCVarsity Boys Basketball Chat. It's playoff time. There's a lot to talk about. I'm Dan Albano, OC Register. This is Steve Fryer, the Hall of Famer here from the good old Santa Ana Saddleback Roadrunners. Steve, there's been a lot of surprises so far. It's been a surprising playoffs on boys' side. Who are a couple of teams that are still playing this week and maybe making a run later in the week here that you didn't expect to be around this time of year?
Well, we have some interesting things going on in the small schools where the Orangewood Academy is still alive. Then Fairmont Prep, which was totally off my radar and a lot of people's radar. Really good, and a lot of juniors. Jody Garden, who coached for 7 years at JCR, is coaching his team his second year at Fairmont Prep. And they've got some really good players, all juniors. A guy named Kofi Aboye is over there, and Papa Cersei, really good players and juniors. They can score. They've got a pretty tough game coming up tonight. Home
against Bloomington.
Home against Bloomington, who can shoot. They scored 80 points last game, so that's going to be a tough one from them. And Orangewood Academy, Leslie Aragon, he's always got a good team over there. But then we've got La Quinta. What's fun about La Quinta is they're in the quarterfinals in their division. What's interesting about that is La Quinta, it's all the football guys. The football team went, 12-1 or 11-2. 11-2. They got all the way to semifinals. Quarterback Michael Nadeau, he scored 40-some-odd points last week for them. Dylan Doe, who's a great football player for them.
Running back, Dylan Doe.
Yeah, so many of the Tony Top.
Nadeau.
Yeah.
Doe to Nadeau.
Yeah, Nadeau. And so they're still rolling. They got to play Santa Clarita Christian, which is a really good team. So I don't know if they're going to get through them. And then Century, they got a kid named Sordo, who's a really good player. Segerstrom's still rolling. Angelo Espinoza, a kid that I saw back in December. Love that kid's game, man. Somebody's got to get that kid. Yep. He's fabulous. So those sort of surprised me. Tarbu Vittoria, which has a history of really good basketball, they're still alive in 5 single A. So I don't know, how far they're going to get, but man, it's pretty good to see those teams going. Some teams that I figure we're going to get this far. Garden Grove is really good. They've won 22 games in a row. County leading winning streak. Yeah, they're rolling. Cypress, which is a really well-rounded team, they're still alive. They got to go to San Marcos. They're in 2 single A. Cypress is very interesting because if Jared Brown's not scoring, then Eric Papke's scoring. Or one of those two guys, both those guys are out, then somebody else is picking up the slack. But very balanced team, makes them very hard to guard. Korean Lutheran's still going. Isaiah Johnson had a great week from last week. Maximus Bowe, the great Maximus Bowe, the great outside shooting point guard for Orange Lutheran, set a school record for threes earlier this season. They're still rolling. They got to play St. Gabriel Academy, which is one of the seeded teams. They're really good as well. Ocean View's still rolling. Boy, I really like that team. Mikkel Harvey's really good. Paul Head's really good. So there's a lot of good things out there. Kind of a surprise thing that's not that surprising to me. No South Coast League teams. Only county league with all of its membership that went to the playoffs was the South Coast League. 5 teams, really good. Just a battle every week in that league, but they're all eliminated.
One surprising, I wonder if you were surprised by the Northwood result against Canyon.
Yeah.
Northwood taking out the number 2 seed at home, Canyon. It's a tough place to play at Canyon, 2AA. And then, maybe the shot of the year. Have you seen a better shot this year, Steve Fryer?
Then that fall-away 3?
Fall-away by Jacob Hine. What a shot by he makes a lot of tough shots there at Northwood.
He's a really good player.
6-foot guard, uncommitted. Sign that guy,
Yeah.
He should, I'm sure he'll keep playing.
Tough player.
Tough player.
Keep playing.
A lot of great guards for Coach O'Brien. Guard-oriented team.
Yeah.
It's just like Canyon. If you wanted to see great guard play and quick guys that have great
Perry
handles,
Canyon,
AJ hit 6 3-pointers in the first half, finished with 7. But yeah, what did you think of that result? Did that surprise you?
Not totally surprised. Tim O'Brien, at Northwood's a great coach. They've got guys who can shoot. When you got guys who can shoot, no lead, no deficit's really out of reach for you. Canyon, interestingly, they lost in their season finale at Esperanza, then had a bye, so they took some time off, and then they went out against Northwood, which didn't have the first round bye. So, I thought that Canyon kind of overachieved all year. I watched them play, and they were really good, but they didn't seem to have like the crazy talent like when they had the Anderson brothers, through there. They're a good team, but I think they might have overachieved in terms of their talent level.
All right. Now we got to go right to the big game this Saturday in the Open Division. Mater Dei is going to be playing out at it's part of the boys and girls semifinals in the Open Division at Cal Baptist. Going to be there'll be about 4 games there, 2 girls games leading off, 2 boys games. But what's it look like for the top-ranked Monarchs? Are they going to be able to, now they have qualified for the Open Division, state SoCal regionals, but what do they got to do to get to that Southern Section Open Division finals?
Well, they've got to shoot better than, a lot of guys got to hit shots for them. They played lockdown defense when they beat Crespi the other day. Harrison Butler was terrific, just really led a great defensive effort. They got another guy, and I imagine Butler's going to cover Kessler Edwards, who's a really good Pepperdine signed guard for Etijuana. Etijuana's got a great coach, Dave Kleckner. Everybody knows and figures he may be him and McKnight and Doug Mitchell, Bishop Montgomery. Maybe those are the best coaches that we have here in Southern California basketball. So they're going to have to play great defense again. Etijuana's going to push the pace. Michael Wong's going to have to shoot well for Mater Dei. Spencer Freeman's going to continue to have to run the game, play the mistake-free ball that he continues to make, to play, and some of the younger guys are going to have to come through for him, and some of the depth coming off the bench are going to have to play well and hit some shots.
So that's going to be about 8:30 game. You think at Cal Baptist? That'll be the last.
I'm cheering for a 7:30 start, Dan, but I don't think I'm going to get it. It's going to be a tough deadline, but we're going to see what happens. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then the game before that is Sierra Canyon against defending champ Bishop Montgomery. So
undefeated Bishop Montgomery. That should tip around 6:30 or so.
Yeah, God willing. And so that's what's going on with that game. And then Santa Margarita, even though they lost in the first round to Etijuana, they still are alive. They play Friday in the consolation round, and they play Crespi, who lost to Mater Dei. So,
all right,
lots going on.
Well, if the form holds this week, it's going to be another surprising week in the boys basketball, which means a lot of excitement to follow. So be sure to be sure to check all our coverage this week on OCVarsity as we work our way toward the Southern Section finals in boys and girls basketball. Dan Albano, Steve Fryer, thanks again for joining us here on our boys basketball chat.